A shooting in Barre Denis on Wednesday has left 3 men dead and another hospitalized with injuries. Among the victims were 2 brothers who died within hours of each other. The younger brother was killed at the scene, while the older brother later died at the hospital. The family, overwhelmed with grief, described the tragedy as sudden and unimaginable. At around 5:52 p.m., first responders arrived after reports of an active shooter. What they encountered was a nightmare. 4 men lying wounded, bodies riddled with bullets. Among them were brothers Jesse Charles, who's 27 years old, and Imran Charles, who's 42 years old. Jesse was pronounced dead at the scene, along with another victim. His older brother Imran was alive when emergency crews arrived, but later succumbed to his injuries at OKEU Hospital. Only 1 victim survived and is currently receiving treatment. The child's family is devastated. Their mother described her heartbreak over losing both sons.
I feel very bad about it because I lose both of my sons there. I can say it's about a minute. So I wasn't happy when I reached there to see both of my kids. One is already dead and one on the floor fighting for his life, which at the hospital he passed away. So I don't feel good at all.
A sister recounted her final moments with her brother. They shared a meal, laughing and cooking together as they always did. Moments later, he stepped out to buy a soda, and that's when the gunshots erupted.
He went next door to get a Sprite. He never came back. My mommy came from, well, she didn't go to work. She got home, and so my mommy was saying, we have a little Campari there, let's drink it. Tell him bring a Sprite first. So when I call him, I tell him, bring me a Sprite. He tell me, okay. And that was it. He didn't have 5 minutes, and I heard gunshots.
Another sister reflected on her brother's different paths.
The older one, he's okay. He had his past, but he changed. And Jesse was the troublesome one. He just got out of jail. But not for nothing like murder or whatever, little. So he just came from out of jail, like 2 weeks, like April 17th would have been what? Around that time. He just came out of jail. But he was a troublesome, he wasn't a bad person. He was just a little troublesome, hard-headed.
She emphasized that her older brother had stayed trouble-free and often took her 10-month-old son for walks. That Wednesday evening, by a tragic twist of fate, he went out alone. A small mercy, she said, because otherwise she wouldn't have lost just her brothers that night, but her baby too. She expressed that as a mother, losing her child in such a way would have been devastating.
He normally don't go over there. He would come from work. I have a son, a 10-month-old son. He would take my son, go walking, and I tell you that day is like God was watching, because I would have lost my son too. Because he normally take my son and go walking with him. When he came that day, I tell him, because I sharing food and my son giving trouble. And I say, you're not taking Zed? So he said, no, you're not taking Zed today. So he telling the little boy, Uncle dirty, so Uncle, come in. I will come back. Never come back. And it's like a good thing he never left with my son. Because today I'd have lose 2 brothers and a son. And maybe me, because heart attack could have take me.
This incident raises Saint Lucia's homicide count to 22 for the year, prompting urgent calls for action. Police have launched a comprehensive investigation. However, no motive or suspects have been identified. Authorities are urging anyone with information to come forward. The family and community continue to grieve, seeking justice for the loss of their loved ones. Chloe Dantes, NBC Prime.